dissertation about the development process of practicing mindfulness of loving kindness for enhancing relationship in the family. Okay, it's beautiful. Okay, okay. And the second speaker, okay, คุณพึ่งรมณีสุริยาอรุณโรจน์นะคะ She works as a HR department at Central Group. And topic dissertation is about the creation environment for peaceful mind and of the patient. Okay. And the third speaker today we have Kun Angie Juthanut Wongsarideh. And currently she is a business owner from the Fraternities Coffee and Restaurant. Okay. She will share the dissertation about the development process of the practice of loving kindness for new volunteer by Buddhist peaceful means. Okay, and the last speaker today, okay, คุณตองนัทยาแววสวัสดิ์นะคะ She is a senior specialist of credit risk model in the bank, and her dissertation today is about the development process for the cultivation of peace and happiness of special needs children and family by Buddhism peaceful means. Okay, so as for the session today, like I think from the previous session we already heard about the concept of the MTV Buddhism, like traditional way in the various concept of the Mahayana, Theravada, and Vajrayana. Okay, but this session, I think our panelists, they are alumni here, and they can bring up into the context of how to bring the mindfulness into action. Okay, and for each of them, they have a good finding about the dissertation. So may I please start the conversation? Okay, to begin with Dr. Tong,นะคะ. Okay, so. I would like to invite each of you to share the dissertation finding and bring up like how would your research connect to today's themes like mindfulness in action and social engagement for world peace. Okay, please.
From my finding in the dissertation, I found that these group of people, they are faced with so many like suffering or many problems. Like of course for the special needs children, or we can say disabled child. Actually, of course they have the problem in their physical body, but apart of that, actually in their family, it's quite hard for them to do other things because they need some people like their parents, for example, or any caregivers to spend the whole day to take care of them. After that, I found that they're faced with so many problems like financial issues, for example. They don't have time to do so much work to find more money because they have to spend time with their family. And of course, they have some stress in their life, family and children as well. So it's hard for them to go outside their home to find someone to understand them like that. So it's quite hard for them to be in social.
Okay, and just wondering like how did you like manage to bring up some sort of the mindfulness to help them release or relax in terms of the they really face a challenging right now.
Actually, we have like the meditation course for this group of people, and what I said before, that one of the major problem of them is the financial issue because they don't have time to find the money. So this course is free of charge, and also they have some limited time because they can't have we can't do more than 1 day meditation course, so the course is just 1 day. And if they don't have the money to go to the course, okay, we can find some money to pay for them. And when they join the course, we just let them be free from anything that you have faced before and the things that you will face in the future. Just stay in this moment. So they just be free from anything. You just have to practice the meditation. And then after that, you will know how to live your life to be happy.
Okay, wow, this is really good. And I think it's really practice in action as well, like how to bring up the 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 mindset, or to bring up the mindfulness and peace in the past.
Yeah, and actually, after the course, we also have like the meditation practicing via Zoom, so they can join Zoom. So even if they are in the home, so you can join Zoom just 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's very good. Okay, so I think this is a really good thoughtful like how to bring up the peace into the action. Like for the nowadays we have a lot of challenge for the difficulty of different people and community, and there is a really good research here. Okay, so for Dr. Peng นะคะ she's another bring up another good study as well about the patient. So at first I thought you are real doctor, like a like a doctor. Okay, but you can please explain more in terms of the what did you find in terms of the peace building and things, bring up the mindfulness into the research that you have conducted.
Okay. My dissertation is about to create the environment for peaceful mind of the patients. What I found out is that people actually have the problems with the teeth, but I'm not sure. Like, let's say in this room, is there anyone who fear to go to the dental clinic?
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have bad experience going to see the doctor when they were kids, right? And so when they grow up, they are afraid to go to see the dentist, even though they know that it is a kind of a must to go to see like every 6 months or a year. But because if your teeth is broken or you don't have teeth for some teeth, you can still alive. So you don't see it as a priority. But what I study like in my dissertation, it says like the WHO, it says that like half of the world population, they ignore these kind of things. And so so that's why it's my question that why people try to ignore. Besides the financial issue, I think we understand that in the especially in the developing country that they do not set this as a priority for them to take care of that teeth if they have difficulties in the financial, right? But in terms of the fear that they do not want to go, even they have the money to pay. So this is that's why this come up to my dissertation on the how can we make the peaceful environment for people to come to get the service that they're supposed to get it. So in my dissertation, there are 4 new knowledge, what I call from my dissertation. First thing, when people come to the clinic, they're supposed to be greeted with smile and kindness. Like a good morning, how are you today? Are you okay? How do you feel? What is your symptom? Why do you come today? Something like that. Greet with smile. And then this can make the patients feel relaxed when they arrive, right? It's like the first impression. And the second thing, when they register, give information to the clinic, we let them do the chanting, but it's not just the normal chanting, it's the apologetic chanting. Why do you have to do this? Because when you receive the treatment, sometimes you might get pain, and that's why the people fear about this. But why do we have to do the apologetic chanting? It's like in the Buddhism, I think everyone knows that this life is not our firstborn. We have born many times, right? So there are a lot of times that we make the mistake to the others. Let's say today is Sunday, right? It's like 3 o'clock right now, 3 p.m. Let's ask last Sunday at 3 p.m. Any of you remember what did you do last week? Just last 7 days. You do not remember, right? So let's say in the many past lives that we might have done mistake to the others, and it might create the anger, fear, sadness to them. So in terms of the karma for Buddhism, you might have to pay that back. But if you do the apologetic chanting, you might feel like, oh, it's my fault doing this thing, so I might have to get something back. But I feel, I know now that I did something bad to them. So that mistake might be less when you try to say sorry to them. They might not know right now, but in terms of the mindfulness that you can send this kind of good feeling to them, the pain might be less. That's why the second new knowledge for me is that before we do the treatment, we ask the patients to do the apologetic chanting first. Third one is from this picture. In our clinic, we have the compassionate dentist. She actually we have like many dentists, compassionate dentists. But this is the second one from the left. She is the main dentist at this clinic, at what I have done with my dissertation. She is actually a volunteer dentist. She didn't get any money at all. And in Thailand, when you are a dentist and you would like to work at any clinic, you can do at only one clinic. You can get only one license to that one clinic. And this dentist, she sacrificed her license to do at this clinic. So it means that she cannot work anywhere else in any clinics to get money. That's why I call her is like a volunteer dentist. So when she is she has a good heart, right? And when she do the treatment to the patients, she do it with empathy. She do it with like soft kinding. Let's say like when you are in the bed, right? She said, oh, I'm going to clean this teeth, I'm going to fix this teeth. Speak with kindness, something like that. And I think this can make the patients feel relaxed and calm, right? And the fourth one is the music. When the dentist do the treatment, they open the Dhamma song. Because there are a lot of researchers that music can make your feeling calm, right? So we use the Dhamma song to make the patients calm as well. And I would like you to listen to one Dhamma song that this clinic used as well. So let's Nun ha, Dr. Nun ha, please open. Okay. Okay.
So relaxed.
He who has been refuge to all humans and angels for a long, longest time. He who finds the true happiness of life, knowing the truth of all things, who finds purpose in not leaving behind all beings all mind to reach the mind. He who shines the glorious ray of light, upholding graceful Dhamma and precepts, who is lightened with wonderful Dhamma, the great Buddha overcomes Mara. He the wonderful Dhamma, knowing and preaching for all beings. Kindly give this embrace to all suffering souls with the love and compassion of kindness, with the way of Buddha's kindness, the great compassion so wonderful, the great wisdom knowing all truths, impermanent suffering and soulless. He who is the greatest life leader, leading us out, loop of life, he attains the enlightenment of the Buddha, taking all souls to Nirvana.
Wow, that really touched. Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Phước นะคะ I think that song is really bring up some sort of steep and calms, and definitely that we are not tools to healing the patient, right? My voice is so soft right now. And okay, let's move to Dr. คุณแองจี้นะคะคุณแองจี้นะคะ she has another good project as well about the volunteers, and she can share some of the findings that she found. Okay.
So my dissertation is about the volunteer in meditation course. So the volunteer are the key factors that help people to have an open mind about Dhamma. So people who come to practice, there are lots of people, up to like 500 people per course, and we have about like 300 volunteers. So this volunteer are the key like backup house to support all the practice in the one-day meditation course. So when the practitioners come, they are greeted with the volunteers who willingly, with kindness and metta, help out even with all the shoes arrangement, like in the pictures, or even all the information given, or with the NC, or those who are not fully might use like some crane or something. The volunteer willingly helps supports everyone to have a good practice state, to be able to focus on the meditation course. So these volunteers, at first they are people who practice in the meditation course, but once they find that Dhamma is important, they want to share it with other people and wants to support other people. So the findings that I find is that those who volunteer in the beginning, they might focus on the task. But once they continue volunteering, helping other people have more metta, they shift their happiness from like material worlds from that they gain from outside into helping others, into giving happiness to other people, and to know and feel that they are part of helping other people to receive Dhamma, even if it's just for one day. So this pictures at the back is how many people who join the practice in each day, and there are people who are volunteering. They may not get to practice in the room in the normal concept, but what I learned from the dissertation is that it's actually every movement that they do is about the practicing of the mindfulness. When they do the water pouring, they feel they rejoice in the merit of those who practice Dhamma, and they have less concentrated on their self. They want to help other people, and they find that there are many people who share the same beliefs, and they form a group of Kalyanamit, a group of friends who share the same belief. And it's the social engagement that we have as a volunteer. So it's more like people with the same beliefs, with the same metta, with the same kind mind that support each other. And once they find that their true happiness is no longer about material, it's about helping other people and to find the happiness and the peace within, the volunteer continue the volunteering. And once they find that these are like what's the Dhamma that they receive, they continue and doing this And with the some of the interviewer that I interviewed, they share that it's once they volunteer for a long time, the money no longer affect her happiness. Even their stories has comes and might affect her lives. She have the supporting team like the Galleon and other volunteers helping, and she feels supported. It's something that they cannot really find outside, but it's the pure friendships and kindness that they receive from helping other people.
Okay, so I'm just curious to know, like, whether you are in the part of the volunteer teams as well.
Yes.
Okay, so could you please share some of your experience for the first like thought that you decide to do the volunteer at the course?
At first, like I want to help out, but for the first big work that I do is the cleaning, and it's really like irritates my mind because I don't really clean before, like I don't tidy up my own room and anything. But it's because of the practice and it's because of the duty. I have to force myself to do it. It's also the practice of the mind to overcome yourself, to have less attachment of who you are, and try to do everything that is possible to help other people.
Yeah, at first, like from the previous picture, I kind of like noticed that there are people who do the arranging the shoes, right? And I believe that those are kind of like the things that to practice, like how to do the atta as well, right? Okay, wow, that's really good insight here. So I think we have some of the example for their like how action to build up into the community and practice. We have like course for the patient, we have the volunteers, we have the meditation course to help the needed person. Well, for the last dissertation ดร.กิติมานะคะคุณแอนนานะคะ I think she kind of like zoom in a little bit in terms of her dissertation about the family. Okay, so that was the previous one is like a bigger community, right? And in terms of the family, so Dr. Kitima, can you please share some of the findings that you have created from the mindfulness things into action?
Talk with my dissertation first. The topic is about how to apply the mindfulness meditation with loving kindness into for enhancing the relationships in the families. So as everyone, you have a parent, you are a child, and maybe you have son or daughter and sibling. So like memberships, family members in your families is important. But somehow we got dispute and conflict in family that create the stress, mental illness or emotional problems in your families. But how if you bring the meditation and the concept of the Buddhist that the Buddha teach you like five precepts or Promviharatham, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Ubekha, or anything that you can name it. And you can spread the love to the metta to your family's member. As of now, as you can do it, like you can close your eyes together, and then thinking about what is your mom and dad are doing now, what your family's person that you want to bring the love to them. You just even though that they're still alive or not in this world or in heaven, you can just close your eye and send the loving kindness to them. So now everyone here, I think the meditation concept is very easy for you, but how to turn the real good deed in yourself and you send the merit to them and make the world to be more happy. Like the peace in family can create the peace in the world, something like that. So I choose this topic for my dissertation create peace.
Yeah. So I heard that this is a part of your dissertation, right? But I heard that you have done some of the bigger community impact, like from the CSR campaign from your company that you work, right? So could you please share some of the creation thought on the mindfulness to the society in terms of the action here?
Yes. Once when you have your inner peace, and you want to send it out to the altar. And so I have to work with some foundations in my life. My background is a finance, investment, and treasury thing, so I manage companies and foundations that my work is stressful because I have to find the funding and manage the companies and cash. But as when I take the course, PhD course, and also practice meditation in the past, I bring that into my work life, into my experience. So, for example, this one is the foundation of the Minor Group. The founders, he's Mr. Heineke. He's set up this foundation about 31st. This year is 31st year of the foundation that give the scholarships to all the students in the countries, across the countries, who is for the selection now, I think we distribute the scholarships almost 100 million and still continue to give out to the students who have a good conduct and good academic, but that empowering the education into the children, right, with a good future to the society.
Okay, so may I please like how did you involve into all this activity? Like what had been started or that you have to join to conduct this event?
So the process of the giving funding is like when I first joined this company, about 40 years ago. At that time, I still have to go to the bank branch and withdraw a cash and put it in the envelope by myself. So it's the era that no digital banking at that time. So I went to the bank alone with a paper bag with $1 million inside. But okay, I think that's okay. I still safe, but I do it for 10 years. But once we have digital banking, so every transaction we transfer via the banking account of the students. Each year we distribute about 1,000. Last year is 1,700 scholarships to students from the kindergarten to the university degree. And that's made the change that we see that, these students, they continue get the scholarship. So they come to the hotels with the events, we distribute the cash at the hotel. And we see the development of them. So they grow up every year, but the one person, it has many person that I saw her since she was a kid, but now she is a graduate, and she come to work with us at the company in the sustainability teams. That's very impressive. Like she is data engineer from the Lakrabang University. Yeah, so that's and we got her to speak at the events to say thank you to the founders and to the donors. So very impressed.
Wow, yeah, really impressed story as well that those activities bring out all the good asset and humanity and this is really impressed from the father that he take an action in terms of the growing the peaceful in the people mind, right? Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is all interesting conversation about the dissertation topics, right? So, but I think you all may aware that they look like a working people, right? Okay, of course they are lay people. Okay, and as of today, I think is another thing that we might want to be consideration that, of course, that you guys are working people as same as to me, and we have faced a lot of different kind of people and different of people to dealing with. And they have a lot of, nowadays, they have a lot of pressure and conflicts and things, right? So how did you can manage, like, to bring up the mindfulness into action to create impact to your, I think you can start with your like family or related person or your working team, or if they have some sort of impact wider than that you can share. So maybe can I start with Dr. Kitima ไหมคะ Okay. Or like a lucky girl.
Okay. Like how to manage in work life, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. How to bring up the mindfulness into
Mindfulness
action.
into
Yeah, in
action,
your
right?
workplaces, for example.
Yeah, I think for me, the concept that I really always use is when you have the good sila, the five precepts on anything, your thoughts, you make decision with the moralities and in the right way. So you conduct the company in the good governance. Everything that you do is can traceable with your full accountabilities, and then your action you made in action and other people surrounding you can see, so they follow your you know that they would like to do as well sometime, but okay, sometimes we have challenge because a lot of people is different, right? But I think the metta for me metta is the key that I always use. But I try to not angry, but and not yell people. But someone said if I yell some people they have to รดน้ำมนต์
Is it mean bad luck for them if you yell at the other people who got you, right? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I try to put the positive energy in the workplace. But the anger sometimes I have, and I have to cool down by myself, like
Okay.
mindfulness, conscious, and stop your mouth first before you say something bad to
Yeah.
other people.
Right, like do more like to bring up your sati and hold on
Right,
your
hold on.
anger
Yeah,
things.
the meditation helps a lot.
Okay, that's really good. So for Kun Peng, I recall that you're working with the HR, right? Human resourcing team. So definitely you will need a ton of people, of course, and variety of people. How did you deal with some sort of course they have like negative or positive things, and how can you manage those things?
Yeah, first thing, let's say like my team, they are like, including me, is like 36 people. Because in the central group is like, I work in I'm responsible for the payroll and benefit payments for the central group, which like 55,000 that we pay on a monthly basis. So it means that with this 55,000, it's not everyone that is okay or like a nice person that we deal every day, right? So starting from 9 a.m. on every weekday, there are gonna be things come in. First things are gonna come. Let's say when I was gonna use the example of my team first. When the issues come to my team and they talk with me, it's like I have to tell them first that what is the principle. Because it's a big company, you have to start with the principle first. But when you tell the people the principle, you have to tell with kindness. It's not that, don't you know that is the principle? It's not that kind of thing, right? You have to, okay, this is the principle of the company that everyone has to follow. So we understand your situation, but this kind of thing, it is not possible for us to approve.
Yes.
So if you think that you really need it, maybe you go back to your department or your head of your big boss to approve, and then I can approve it for you, something like that. So we talk with kindness with them, with the principle.
Okay.
And sometimes, let's say when there is the argument, right, between my team and the other team, first thing I talk with the head of that person first, like the head HR of that BU, that okay, if we understand the same concept, we agree and we align, then each of them talk to their team. So this should help releasing the stress and the angry and the misunderstanding between the teams. But it has to come from sometimes it might not be really the kindness to understand each other, because it's in the company, it's not the non-profit organization, it's the profit organization that you have to follow, right? But as I said earlier, it's not that you have to fight for your own team or their team or something like that, or you fight for the staff, not for the benefit of the company. You have to balance things. You have to be fair with every party. So I think the kindness in this term is that it's the fairness to every parties.
Okay. So like in generally like it's more like a communication, but based on kindness and the fairness that okay, of course it's in the real business world, but we have to balance on that. Okay, wow, that's really good action and management things. Okay, and for the for คุณแองจี้นะคะ I remember that you are the owner of the cafe, right? And I think again, like you might face a lot of challenge, like not just only the management things or the dealing with the customer and your employee. So how can you bring up the mindfulness to take into action to build a peace in your environment?
So like with the cafe, there are new customers come in every day, and they're saying that customer is king. Well, if you're making money from selling the food, the drinks, and the experience, you have to make sure that the customer who walk in get the good experience. But even if it's the saying that customer is king, each like my mind, if there are any challenges, any problems, I feel that I have to be mindful to know that I will not take all the negative energy to my mind, and to have mindful to solve the problem, to really hear the customer what they really want and try to solve the problem. And even if I'm not wrong, and I still, it's more like, am I able to accept that and willing to apologize without like fighting or arguing. And even if like with the employee, have to support them, or sometimes like I'm tired, sometimes I'm stressed with the economy right now, with all the with all the revenue, but have to be positive and give the good energy to other people, to the team, and to cheer them up. Like, because if they have like a good day, a good mind, a good feeling, they can share that to other people and to give the good, positive energy to the customers. But every day is different, so I have to be mindful that to be with the present and not take all the stories that occur, maybe problems or anything, or any accidents that occur into my mind, and with the present, and the next day is a new day, and to do things better, to give a better experience to other people, even if the customer or even my employees.
Okay, well, your conversation like actually bring me the previous session that about the sister from Mayana. She mentioned something about like whether you next to your whether your feeling or your temper or your positive mind attitude or everything like is related to your related party like that will spread around like the positive impact around the community, etc. Okay, wow, very good. So for คุณ Dr. Tom, okay, Dr. Tom, she work as a part of the banking industry, right? So of course, like banking industry, like you know, is really challenged and a lot of complex things that happen around. And how did you bring up the mindfulness into action in your it's not related. It's not important to relate to your work, but maybe you are related person. It's okay too, right? Please share something.
I would say actually the problem that we have faced, almost everyone have faced today, is the conflict. Sometimes from just one person or in a social. So I would share from, I would link to my dissertation, because I found something from doing this dissertation. Pinon, if you can open the second page of my slide, that would be good. But if you can't, that's okay. From my dissertation, I found that I would give you one example of the child. He can't stay with others. He can't listen to any like noisy. He will not open his eyes to look at the other thing around him. The one thing that can get touched to him or close to him is his mother, and he can look at just his mother. Otherwise, he will like do something like this. But but it quite very hard for his family and himself as well to stay in the social. So in the first day of the meditation course, we have to separate him in just one room. He can't stay with each other. But because we try to teach him on how to, no, just him and his mother, because at that time he comes with his mother. We teach them in terms of the mindfulness and metta, because all of the suffering that they have faced, it's quite hard for them to, and for others as well, for others to understand them, and for them to understand each other, because it's quite hard for them to communicate with each other. But when they practice the meditation, they try to be mindful and try to be peace and also metta and open his heart for other things. So can you, like this is the first day of them, so they have to stay in the room, just two of them. And if you can go to the other slide, that would be the third time of the meditation course. They can stay with each other in the same room. When they will share, they can share all the suffering that they have faced, and others give them with metta. So it's like they are free of everything, of all the suffering that they have faced. So all the problem that you have faced, it always like the major thing. But if you just lay down everything and listen to each other, be metta and be mindful on everything that you have faced, that creates your happiness in your life.
Wow, yeah. I think you really get close to all the challenge that you have seen for the needed people, and you have learned a lot of how to apply those things into the society and things. Wow, I think impressed. So I think we come up into the time that we can wrap up. Not sure. I think this session we have heard a lot of the good action, good indeed, how to bring up the mindfulness into action for the building up the peace in our society right now. So may I please leave some of the Q&A session for now? Not sure whether any of the on-site team